This is a brief overview of the contract management section of the application of Dynamic 3i, where contracts are entered for services that you'll be rendering to your customers. First of all, we're going to go into the customer maintenance program where we actually set up contracts and maintain contracts. And we'll query upon an existing contract that we've already created here. When we create a contract, we assign a contract number. We enter our customer number, the product number, which is an actual service. In this case here, for example, it was a general repair of cash registers. The customer purchase order number that you would be receiving from your customer once the contract has been approved. The serial number of the equipment that's going to be serviced upon. This is not a mandatory field and it's not validated anywhere in the system, so you can use any type of text you wish in this particular field, something that's meaningful to you if you're not dealing with something that's of a serial number nature product. The terms of the contract. This is set up in our terms and condition file maintenance, and it's the basic terms that you apply to your contracts, and we're going to see that momentarily when we actually print out a formal contract. Here we type in the description of the specific specifications for the contract that we're entering in here, and in this case here we had the monthly maintenance on a Series 3000 cash register. This text will appear on the formal contract print and on the invoices that are sent out on the monthly, quarterly, or annual basis. Next, we have our contract terms, the length of the term of the contract, and Dynamic 3i allows for contracts that are sent out, that are billed out monthly, quarterly, or annually. Here we enter the number of billings that will take place, and the federal tax charges and state or provincial taxes. If you're working in a jurisdiction that has a federal tax system, you would just indicate that here by putting in a number 1 in there if you're using a tax level number 1. Here in this example here we're using a state tax, and it's a 5% state tax that's populated here. Next is the amount of the contract. So in this case here we have 95 US dollars per month for this contract. On the right hand side of the screen we can take a look at the last time a billing was done on this particular contract. We can take a look at the order that was generated from the contract. Order meaning when we run our contract update on our monthly basis. In the case of a monthly contract, a sales order is created, and from that an invoice is then generated that's mailed out to your customer. So if we click on our hyperlink here, we're able to go in and see the actual last order that was created from our contract, and in this case it would be the general repair of the cash register. We can just open up that window and see the entire text, see the customer number, the serial number, the billing period date, and the text of the actual contract. And like I said previously, all this information will show up on the invoice that's sent out to them monthly in the case of a monthly contract, or quarterly or annually. We also allow you just to click here and go into the accounts receivable inquiry screen and take a look at the accounts receivable records, both current and paid invoices. Now we're going to come out of here and we're going to actually print a contract